Hello, I am your psychological mentor, Park Seni. Today, I have a video that will be helpful for students preparing for exams. Whether it's the college entrance exam, civil service exam, or any other test, knowing this will significantly boost your scores. Since 2004, when I started creating psychological courses in Korea, I have helped many students achieve miraculous results, such as improving from a grade 7 to a grade 1 within a year. This year, there have been quite a few such students, and there will be more who achieve similar results in the college entrance exam. The reason for such success is creating a routine. Simply put, it's about creating a routine, which you know as a pattern that is repeated daily. Athletes would understand the term routine as something like an optimal scenario. The concept of 7 plus or minus 2 refers to the amount of information a human can process at one time, and it's something you should be aware of. Although it varies slightly from person to person, it's generally similar, meaning that the amount of information processing one can handle at a time is around 7 plus or minus 2. That's why phone numbers are about 7 or 8 digits long, fitting within the 7 plus or minus 2 range. So, theoretically speaking, when you think, I shouldn't think about this, that's a foolish thought in itself, and it means you're being distracted by something unwanted, as I've mentioned. If you understand this, you've watched my videos well. Anyway, having random thoughts means you're not fully grasping the 7 plus or minus 2 amount. The best method of concentration for humans is to always fully engage the 7 plus or minus 2 amount with the most necessary, meaningful, and valuable thoughts required to perform the most essential and fundamental tasks. So you continuously build that up. If you build that state with the most meaningful and valuable thoughts in the 7 plus or minus 2 range, you can continuously follow the optimal scenario. In that process, there is no room for distractions to enter. That is the best method of concentration that humans can achieve. You need to train in that way. That's why our national archery team is #1 in the world. And for over 50 years, haven't they been consistently hitting 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10? Do you think they don't do mental training? Of course they do. But the mental training method they use, which I have obtained, is the same as the training I've been teaching students for 16 years to improve their grades. So the principle is the same, because there is only one truth. That's why we enable the use of these methods. However, while the theory can be easily explained like this, actually applying it properly by the person concerned is not so easy. Back in the 2012 Barcelona Olympics, the head of mental training was Professor Jung Cheong-hee, and he said something like this: in Korea, no, such equipment and tools can be purchased from abroad, and what about our national archery team coaches? They were all gold medalists when they were young, and while offering them a high income might tempt them to work in other countries. It's not that simple. However, the mental training techniques we use, even if we were to fully disclose them, are not something just anyone can replicate. I don't know what you might feel about this, but even if we share everything, it's not something just anyone can do. What this means is that the person teaching must be an exceptional master, the highest level of master, and the leaders as well as the disciples receiving the teachings must have incredible tenacity and completely trust the master, learning by fully absorbing and continuously receiving the teachings in this manner. It's not something that can be done in a short time. It requires a long-term commitment. So, while it may sound easy, it's not something just anyone can do. Without the right determination and attitude, and a well-established relationship between master and disciple, it's difficult to truly grasp. I've explained it theoretically for now. So if I were to talk about this, it would result in an endlessly long video, but since those who need it will watch, I'll mention that in commemoration of the 10th anniversary of meeting my class, I wrote, "Don't study, hypnotize," 5 or 6 years ago, where you'll find self-suggestion by time. I've created 6 sentences for those studying to establish the optimal routine. So the idea is to repeatedly recite those sentences regularly. The first sentence is a bit lengthy, so those who need it can refer to the book. And you should continuously recite the 6 sentences according to the time. So, by repeatedly reciting them, you should maintain a mindset that allows you to grasp and perform the most essential tasks in the most optimal way. Actually, I was debating whether or not to make today's video, but I decided to go ahead. Only those who are students needing to study hard and maximize their concentration should watch it, and if that's not the case, just skip it. Anyway, I hope this video will be incredibly helpful, and those who understand it will make it so. If you feel it's unnecessary, just skip it. Then I'll see you next time with another great video. Please subscribe, like, and set the notification bell. Stay strong.